Hello, I'm Bella. Welcome to my gaming channel. So I decided to go ahead and create a second character to start playing a second class. There is just so much to this game that I have to do some stuff on the side off of streaming. So if you do want to see me stream live, I am playing on my character Meteor Stardust to go through the main story. For this playthrough, I figured I would take my time and go through not just the main story, but also all the side quests, or most of the side quests that come up, just to keep it a little different. And I will also stay an expansion behind, so that way I can experience the main story firsthand with Meteor. Alright, so as you can see, I've already created my character. We have a cute Makote. And let's see, we have Halone, Mafina, Moon. Oh, what one was it would be this one, right? To keep in line with the month. Zima. Zima is keeper of the sun and goddess of inquiry. She commands the element of fire and is associated with the ninth moon of the Eurasian calendar. Azima is the daughter of Althik and the elder sister of Menfina. She is most often depicted as a noble lady holding a golden fan. Her symbol is the radiant sun. Okay. Now, I feel like I'm gonna go with Archer to start off. Do a Archer class this time around. Start in Gridania, have a different starting area. Because I figured with Meteor, I'm doing all tanks. I will do all healing classes with her at some point, or most healing classes. And then I kind of have it split to where like they'll each do 10 classes so far. Because I feel, this is just my personal opinion, I feel that some jobs are more feminine energy, or more for a female character. Or even if you're a male, portraying as a female if you want to. And then certain classes are more masculine dominated. So that's why I wanted to play as both a male and female as I experience these classes. And so we will do with Archer for our first one for her. So Archer, the enduring popularity of the bow is a testament to its elegant design, but the simple weapon would be of little worth without the surpassing skill of those who master it. The archers. Projectile techniques such as high-angle fire enable archers to assail their foes with deadly precision even at great distances. Constant assessment of the battlefield enables them to carefully determine the most advantageous ground from which to loose, as well as the nature of the arrows best suited to their enemy. Together with the longbow sentries of the Elysian military, the shortbow hunters among the Makote are widely regarded as most skilled with the bow. So very fitting. Alright, and then Gridania. In the eastern reaches of the Aldenar landmass, home to vast dense woodlands and coursing rivers, lies the forest nation of Gridania. The cityscape is a mosaic of labyrinthine waterways and great wooden structures, so gracefully constructed they seem a part of the surrounding environment. The favored goddess of this citizenry is Nafika, the matron. But great faith is also placed in the wisdom of the Seedseers, young oracles who guide the nation based on the will of the forest's elementals. We are gonna go with Seraph for her. And we'll do Bella. Well, let's just do Bella Stardust. Unfair. Yay!
Here. Here. Feel. Here. Feel. Think.
Oi. You alright, lass? You were moaning in your sleep and sweating buckets besides. That'll be the aether, I reckon. Some are more prone to the sickness than others. No need to fret, though. You'll soon get used to it. Feeling better, Kupo? Aha, you can see us. I had a feeling you could, Kupo. We're Muggles, and we live in this wood. Normal folks can't see or hear us, which makes you special, Kupo. And seeing as how you're special, maybe you can tell us something. The wood's been restless of late. Lots of strange things happening. Have you chanced to witness anything suspicious, Kupo? But of course you haven't. You've only just arrived. Well, there's nothing for it then. We'll just have to keep looking. Nice to meet you, Kupo. Gridania is still a fair way off, in case you were wondering. Seeing as you're awake, how's about you keep me company till we get there? Them young'uns don't much care for conversation, see? Redmont's the name, and peddling's me trade. As for your good self, judging by your unusual garments, I'd say you were one of them new adventurers. Am I warm? I knew it. Going wherever the wind blows, seeking fortune and glory. Now that's what I call living. So long as you can avoid dying, I mean. Ain't no secret that adventuring's a risky business, these days especially. What was it that first attracted you to it? To amass a fortune. Fortune, eh? Well, it's a dream we've all had at one time or another. Once you've learned to handle yourself in a fight, you'll want to pay a visit to whichever crafting or gathering guild tickles your fancy. Gridania is renowned for its leatherworkers and carpenters, not to mention its botanists. Adventuring ain't just about killing things after all. Peaceful pastime may well help you make your fortune. Just remember though, there are more important things than fortune and glory, such as breathing. Ain't no profit in being dead, and that's a fact. Halt. Go no further. What's this then? Ah! What's going on? A skirmish has broken out up ahead with the Ixal. For your own safety, you must remain here until... Bloody hells. We shall hold them here. Try to break clear. That was too bleeding close. Nice of the Ixal to send us a welcoming party, though, eh? Joking aside, this won't be the last time you meet those feathered fiends, so just you take care, alright? By the by, is this your first trip to Gridania? Yes. It is. Well then, let this journey itinerant tell you the ins and outs of your destination. The city of Gridania lies slap bang in the middle of the Black Shroud, the biggest, lushest forest in all Eorzea. Though it ain't near as lush as it used to be. Saying that, not since the calamity laid half of it to waste. The destruction prompted a herd of new nasties to move in, and gave the Ixal unneeded encouragement. Birdman raids have become a daily occurrence. Ah, at long last. Behold Gridania, the forest nation blessed by the elementals.
The Black Shroud, the ancient forest, close to the heart of Eorzea. Beneath the boughs of its towering trees lies the woodland city-state of Gridania. Once a sanctuary from the world beyond the hedge, even the mighty elementals, eternal guardians of the forest, could not forestall the coming of the seventh Umbral era. However, the goddess Nofika was never one to forsake her children, and today she welcomes another brave soul. One who may yet play a telling role in the tale of this great realm.
And here's where we part ways, lass. I'm off to the markets to deliver me wares, then it's back to the high road for me. Here, I want you to have this, by way of thanks for keeping me company. Hey, you never did tell me your name, did you? Well, here's an idea. Become the sort of storied personage I can brag about having met, and I'll consider us square.
May the matron take her to her bosom, that she may never want. And in her heart, sow serenity, purity, and sanctity.
You there. Yes, you. Your face is not known to me. Newly come to the city, no doubt. I am Bertinant, a wood whaler of Gridania. It is my duty to protect our nation from her enemies, while welcoming those who may yet prove her friends. Let us see what you are. Alright, so I finished setting everything up the way I'd like to play. And so welcome to Gridania, Bella Stardust! Yay! Bertinant. Coming to Gridania. To be recognized as an adventurer in the city-state of Gridania, you must first register yourself with the Adventurers Guild. Another green adventurer, I presume? I thought as much. We cannot allow strangers to wander Gridania unchecked and untested. Before you rush off and begin pestering every second citizen for work, I suggest you make yourself known at the Carline Canopy. That's the headquarters of the local Adventurers Guild, in case you were wondering. The Carline Canopy is the building you see behind me. Speak to Mother Mion within, and she will take you in hand. Make yourself known at the Carline Canopy, where the local Adventurers Guild is headquartered. Speak to Mother Mion within, and she will take you in hand. So long as you are within Gridanian territory, you must abide by Gridanian laws. Go now and do as I have instructed. Ah, give a man a bloody fright, sneaking up on me like that. Newly come to Gridania, are you? Then I suggest you continue on your merry way to the Carline Canopy just behind me. Mother Mion will want a word with you. I absolutely love the Carline Canopy. It's gorgeous. Got that aetheryte up there. Yeah, like the green glass stained windows. So pretty. So pretty. So now I'm going to be taking my time. I'm going to talk to everyone that I come across. I thought a remote town like this would be the perfect place to turn a profit, but it seems that no matter where you go, success is invariably achieved through the usual combination of labor and luck. New in town, eh? You and me, we must be fond of the road indeed to brave the journey to this godforsaken city. Ah, new adventure. I do so love meeting fledgling heroes, so young, so daring, so ambitious. Tell me, have you made a will? Oh, will. You think so lowly of me that I'm gonna die right off? A number of visitors in Gridania is on the rise with every passing day. A pity their arrival seems to bring an equal share of trouble. As Mom dismissed, I provide guidance for those just starting out on the path of the adventure. For the present, I suggest you learn your way around the city, an endeavor with which Mother Mion shall no doubt wish to aid you. Crunch. Shouldn't you be speaking with Mother Mion? Bland cuisine apart, I have begun to grow fond of this city and its people. The women especially. I would not have I would not have believed the black shroud concealed such grace and beauty. Are you Thancred? Are you Thancred's brother? Good sir. Gridania can be such a bore sometimes. All the people talk about is trees and elementals. Perhaps I should try my fortune in a city with a touch more excitement. They say the streets of Ul'dah are paved with gold, and the pirates of Limsa Lominsa will slit your throat as soon as look at you. They say the Seventh Umbral era is corrupting the wildlife in the woods, making the beasts stronger, more aggressive. I look forward to meeting them. Slicing them and cleaving them in half with your big axe. Another adventurer in search of work, are we? Ah, if you have but recently arrived in town, I must insist that you first register your presence with Mion. Is this Leobean? And this is... Oh, they were here all along. That's I think that's Leobean and... What's the guy's name? The shitty guy. Maybe not. No, I think that's someone else. Okay. Mother Meow. Well, well, what have we here? A wide-eyed and wandering young adventurer, come to put your name down at the guild, I assume. Welcome. Mion's my name, or Mother Mion as most call me, and the Carline Canopy is my place. As the head of the Adventurers' Guild in Gridania, I have the honor of providing guidance to the fledgling heroes who pass through our gates. No matter your ambitions, the Guild is here to help you attain them. In return, we expect you to fulfill your duties as an adventurer by assisting the people of Gridania. A fine deal, wouldn't you agree? To an outsider's eyes, all may seem well with our nation, but naught could be further from the truth. The people live in a state of constant apprehension. The Ixal and various gangs of common bandits provide an unending supply of trouble compounded by the ever-present threat of the Garlean Empire to the north, and that is to say nothing of the calamity. Even now, the wounds have barely begun to heal. Ah, but I speak of it as if you were there. Forgive me. 5 years past, Eorzea was well nigh laid to waste when a dread worm emerged from within the lesser moon Dalamud, and rained fire upon the realm. It is this which people call the calamity. Scarcely a square mom of the Twelveswood was spared the devastation, yet despite the forest's extensive wounds, not a soul among us can recall precisely how it all happened. I am well aware of how improbable that must sound to an outsider. It is improbable, but it's also true. For reasons we can ill explain, the facts surrounding the calamity are shrouded in mystery. There are as many visions of events as there are people willing to recount them. Yet amidst the hazy recollections and conflicting accounts, all agree on one thing, that Eorzea was saved from certain doom by a band of valiant adventurers. Whatever else we've misremembered, none of us have forgotten the heroes who risked life and limb for the sake of the realm, and yet whenever we try to say their names, the words die upon our lips. And whenever we try to call their faces to mind, we see naught but silhouettes amidst a blinding glare. Thus have these adventurers come to be known as the Warriors of Light. Ahem. Pray do not feel daunted by the deeds of legends. We do not ask that you become another Warrior of Light, only that you do what you can to assist the people of Gridania. Great or small, every contribution counts. I trust you will play your part. All that's left, then, is to conclude the business of registration. Here's a quill. Scroll your name right there. Oh, and I would appreciate it if you used your real name. There is a special place in the 7th Hell for those who use amusing aliases. Bella Stardust, And you're quite sure that isn't an amusing alias? Very well. From this moment forward, you are a registered adventurer of Gridania, nation blessed of the elementals and the bounty of the 12-foot. The guild expects great things from you. Look at what just arrived, now the goddamned adventurer. Don't you start with that. Adventurers are the very salve that Gridania needs. The Elder Seatseer herself bade us welcome them with open arms. Do you mean to disregard her will? Of course not. Lest you forget it is my sworn duty to uphold the peace. Am I to blame if outsiders bring mistrust upon themselves? You, adventurer, mind that you do not cause any trouble here, or I shall personally cast you out of this realm and into the 7th Hell. Pay that outburst no mind. He meant only to counsel you. Suspicious characters have been prowling the 12-foot of late, you see, and the Wood Whalers feel they cannot afford to take any chances. As is often the way with folk who live in isolation, Gridanians are wont to mistrust things they do not well know, your good self included. Fear not, however. Given a catalogue of exemplary deeds, in no more than a handful of years, the locals will surely warm to you. On behalf of my fellow citizens, I welcome you to Gridania. May you come to consider our nation as your own in time. Now then, you may depend on old Mother Mion to teach you a few things that every adventurer should know. Close to home, Mion, proprietress of the Carline Canopy, wants you to perform 3 tasks that will help you learn the fundamentals of adventuring. Let us begin at the beginning, shall we? Now that you are a formal member of the Adventurers' Guild, we must be sure you have a firm grasp of the fundamentals of adventuring. To that end, I have 3 tasks I wish you to perform. Your first task is to visit the Aetheryte. The massive crystal stands in the middle of the Aetheryte Plaza, not far from the Carline Canopy. As a device that enables instantaneous transportation, the Aetheryte plays a key role in the life of the ever-wandering adventurer. Once you have located the crystal, all you need do is touch the surface. A member of the Wood Whalers will be present to offer further instruction. For your second task, you are to visit the Archers' Guild. There is no better place to learn the arts of the bow. Speak with Aetheline, Lena, and she will explain the benefits of joining the guild. For your third and final task, I would have you visit the markets at the heart of Old Gridania's commercial district. There you shall find weapons and armor, and all the various items that an adventurer might need on her travels. There is, however, more to the markets than buying and selling goods. Speak with Parsamonte and listen well to his counsel. The master merchant can be uncooperative at times, so be sure to offer him one of my famous eel pies. Like so many men, he is much more charitable when his stomach is full. Here, I made a batch not long ago. You have your tasks, Bella. May Nafika guide your path. Ah, and one more thing. Should you happen to come across any citizens in need, don't be afraid to proffer a helping hand. I'm certain they will be pleased to meet an adventurer in whom they can confide their woes. Granted, the work they offer is unlikely to be of realm-shattering importance, but prove your worth and build a reputation, and in time folk will be more inclined to entrust you with matters of moment. I also suggest that you lend an ear to the smith here in the canopy. The smiths are trusted representatives of the Adventurers Guild and are an invaluable source of advice for neophyte heroes seeking to attain greatness. Welcome to the Carlin Canopy, a place of respite for adventurers like yourself. As you may imagine, the Twelvewood has scarcely begun to recover from the devastation wrought by the calamity, and Gridania wants for all the help it can get. I hope we can count on yours. Though I will not deny there are those among us who view outsiders with suspicion. If you play your part, they will come to see that adventurers are the very self our nation so sorely needs. Welcome to the Carlin Canopy. Should you need help with anything, please don't hesitate to ask. What do you do here? Whatever needs doing, really, though I spend most of my time serving or welcoming visitors to the Adventurers Guild. I first stumbled into the Carlin Canopy after the calamity, having lost my family, my livelihood, and the will to carry on. There were times when my grief was so crippling I could barely speak, but Mother Mion gave me a purpose and a place to heal, and here I've stayed. Why is it called the Carlin Canopy? I almost asked Mion the very same question. She told me she's simply like the flower. The look in her eyes when she said it, though, well, I suppose we all have our secrets. She's got some secrets. You know who Mother Mion is, sister. You do well to take her advice to heart. There's some that say she's overbearing, but without her, we adventurers wouldn't be able to get by here in the Black Shroud. I myself owe her much and more. It's raining. A good adventurer is hard to find. Bernadette is searching for adventurers eager to prove their mettle. Really come to Gridania, are you? In search of fame and fortune, perhaps? If you have confidence in your abilities, I urge you to speak with Chancellor of the Goddess Quiver. You can find him standing vigil before the Archers' Guild. The creatures of the Twelvewood have been behaving most unnaturally of late, and it has fallen to the Goddess Quiver to pacify them. Alas, they are sorely undermanned. For this reason, they seek able adventurers to supplement their ranks. I am certain that your offer of aid would be well received. I recall the face of every adventurer who has passed by my post, but my duty extends beyond merely monitoring the movements of strangers. As a member of the Goddess Quiver, I am also charged with identifying those men and women possessed of potentially useful talent. Greetings, adventurer. I see you are faithfully following Mother Mion's instructions. Allow me to offer you a bit of instruction myself. I am Nicia of the Wood Whalers, and I know a thing or two about the aetherite. Yes, that big crystal right there. Aetherites are devices that tap into ethereal energies and are primarily used as a means to travel swiftly from one place to another. Return and teleport, the most common transportation spells, make direct use of the aetherites and their connection to the flow of aether. And as these devices are found in almost every corner of Eorzea, any adventurer worthy of the name will wish to seek out and attune herself to each one. Truly, few things in this world are so useful to an intrepid explorer. But you need not locate them all at once. Before rushing out into the wilds, I suggest you start with the aetherites found here in Gridania. Should you wish to learn more about the aetherite or transportation magic, I am here to answer your questions. The Elder Seer has placed great store in you adventurers. I pray that you will reward her faith by reaching out to aid the people of Gridania. Greetings, adventurer. I have been assigned this post to answer any queries citizens may have regarding ethereal travel. Is there aught you would like to ask? What is ethereal travel? Before one might understand ethereal travel, one must first understand the substance that makes it possible, aether. What is aether, you ask? Why, only the source of all being. Though it cannot be seen, it is everywhere. Or should I say, it is everything. Aether flows around us and within us, and without it we would cease to exist. When we die, it is believed that the shock separates our spirits from our corporal forms. Our bodies are then broken down and are absorbed back into the ethereal river, while the soul is left to journey to its final destination in the afterlife. Some call this returning to the life stream. However, our ancestors discovered ways in which, through meditation and focus of spiritual energies, one could reduce her body to aether without losing the grip on her soul, in turn allowing for travel upon the life stream. These methods have been given the names return and teleport. What is aetherite? As you travel through Eorzea, you will oft come across large floating deposits of a crystalline substance known as aetherite. The one before us here is a fine example. It is said that aetherite is the solid manifestation of the planet's lifeblood, aether, and that by touching it, the aether which makes up our bodies resonates with that contained in the crystal. This is called attunement. Normally, when one's body is reduced to aether, it will naturally gravitate to this location with which it resonates the greatest, or one's home point. This is why, upon losing consciousness in battle, many wake to find themselves back out in aetherite. In other words, aetherites act as lodestones, assuring that the body in its ethereal form is not lost to the pull of the greater flow. And because signatures of past attunements are maintained within our bodies, it is possible, with some spiritual training of course, to ignore the pull back to the strongest resonation and travel to another beacon. Many refer to this as teleportation. What is even more amazing is that when teleporting, we can carry those with whom we have created a bond, such as an adventuring party, assuming they have previously attuned with the destination aetherite. What is the difference between return and teleport? As return merely involves allowing the body to be drawn back to the strongest ethereal beacon, one's home point, it is fairly easy to execute and requires very little spiritual exertion. Usually, a few moments of reset is all that is needed before it is safe to attempt another jump. Teleportation, on the other hand, comes with a greater price. A great deal of spiritual energy known as anima is required to fight the natural flow of the life stream and guide one's body and soul to a comparatively weak ethereal beacon. If one's body lacks sufficient anima, teleporting to a location may prove impossible. Luckily for most of us, anima is restored quickly and should not prohibit regular travel. Then why, you ask, must we pay gil when using teleport? Well, after the calamity, many of the existing aetherite camps were destroyed. To relocate and rebuild them required a large sum of money, much of which was lent by certain men of business from Ul'dah. The gil you pay when either leaving from or arriving at an aetheryte goes to paying off that debt. Alright, we want to go to the Archers' Guild. That's a chocobo. Itinerant Moogle. Mogpendium will prove to be an invaluable resource during the Moogle Treasure Chocobo. Pore over its contents to find the best ways to get your hands on irregular tombstones, then use that knowledge to fill your packs. And once the weight of your tombstones become too much to bear, bring them to me and I'll give you all sorts of rare and remarkable items. Okay. I can't do anything yet with this. Huh. So I guess you have to complete certain dungeons and trials to get things. Okay, complete the quest Braving New Depths to unlock. So that's the very first one. Okay. Interesting. Ahead lies Quiver's Hold, home to the Goddess Quiver, the defenders of Gridania. It also houses the Archers' Guild, if you seek training in the ways of the bow. Ain't that nice? Little waterfall. I guess it'll be good to just finish the main story in the area first and then do side quests. I'll probably do that. Never noticed this little training area. Like I said, I'm just gonna take my time with this playthrough and just like explore and talk to everyone. We're discussing how best to deal with the Ixtali threat. Perhaps an adventurer such as you could offer a fresh perspective on the matter. But since I started that one quest, I'll just talk to this guy. Bernadette sent you to me. Well, inexperienced or not, if you wish to prove your worth to the people of Gridania, you are right to come. You do wish to prove yourself, do you not? Wind shard and potion. I will come back to you, good sir. Just crates. Greetings, friend. You have found your way to the Archers' Guild. Do you seek to uncover the secrets of our art? Ah, now that I think on it, you have the look of one who has received Mother Mion's gentle instruction. Very well. I shall give you a brief introduction to archery and the Archers' Guild. The skills practiced by our archers allow them to gauge an enemy's weaknesses from afar and turn the tide of a battle with a single, well-placed arrow. Should you join us, you will be taught to do the same. Archery as practiced in Gridania was born of two distinct styles of bowmanship. The first was devised by the longbow sentries of the Elysian, who once ruled the lowlands, while the second belonged to the shortbow hunters of the formerly nomadic Mikote. As you will doubtless be aware, both races ultimately came to call the 12-foot home. Though the two peoples began as rivals, they gradually learned to live together in harmony. During this time, they learned from one another their two schools of archery intermingling to give birth to the art as it is known today. For a time, the bow was used primarily for hunting, but as the hunters vied with one another to prove who was the better shot, there emerged a group of archers whose ultimate goal lay not in the practical pursuit of prey, but in perfection. Thus was the Archers Guild born from the ranks of the Trappers' League. It is the way of the guild to promote greatness in archery through friendly competition, and the results of our methods can be seen in the vaunted archers of the gods' quiver, many of whom spent their formative years losing arrows in the guild's practice butts. I hope this gives you a better idea of who we are and what we do here. Oh, did I see the spark of ambition flare within your eyes? If you wish to draw a string with the finest archers in Eorzea, look no further than the Archers' Guild. Before you can enlist, however, you must gain the approval of the Guildmaster. Once you are ready to proceed, speak with me again, and we can begin seeing about your enrollment. So, are you resolved to join the Archers' Guild? Way of the Archer. And we get some braised papyra. A fresh papyra braised with creamy butter and chanterelle mushrooms. Yum. Ethelina wishes you to reaffirm your desire to join the Archers' Guild. The look in your eye bespeaks your determination. It would be my pleasure to refer you to Guildmaster Lucienne. Lest you worry unduly, Lucienne is an affable and kind-hearted woman. Even those not of the guild have been known to seek her counsel on various matters, and ever have they been given fair hearing. Lucienne awaits you in the training area yonder. Present yourself before her, and impress upon her your desire to join the guild. We stand within the Archers' Guild, where men and women gather to learn the way of the bow, as passed down to us from the Elysian sentries and Mikote hunters of Eld. I am tasked with providing guidance to those who seek membership here. Let me know if I can assist you in any way. The world can seem clearer when viewed down an arrow shaft, but an archer must think of more than just the target. It is my people, the Elysian, who gave rise to the noble tradition of archery. To see it thus, parodied by outsiders, it is an outrage. Greetings, adventurer. I am told you wish to join our ranks. I am Lucienne, the master of the Archers' Guild, and I bid you welcome. Our doors are open to all who have the will to learn. Allow me to explain the basics of our art, and offer you a foretaste of that which we teach the members of our guild. The bow's greatest advantage is its range. Unlike those arms used in other disciplines of war, it allows one to strike at the enemy from afar. Though the bow may not boast the destructive force of a sword or spear, its myriad strategic applications more than compensate for this shortcoming. An experienced archer can immobilize an enemy by striking a leg or snap its strength with a poisoned arrow. Rise to become a virtuoso of archery, and a veritable deluge of death will be yours to rain down upon your foes. By fighting from a distance, we can better assess the battlefield and thereby determine the most advantageous course of action. This is of paramount import, as our role in battle is to exploit the enemy's weakness, with the requisite placement and timing, but a single arrow may serve to turn the tide. To this end, the guild seeks to instill a discerning eye within its members, that they might learn to strike at vulnerabilities swiftly and surely. Now, any half-wit can bend the bow, but it is no simple undertaking to become a skilled archer. You must be prepared for a long and arduous journey. Are you resolved to complete that journey? Yes. Very well. Now, before proceeding any further, I must needs gauge your innate aptitude for archery. To this end, I hereby assign you the following trial. Slay the squirrels, ladybugs, and funguars that roam just beyond the city gates. 3 of each should suffice. In so doing, you will prove your fitness to join the Archers' Guild. Report back to me when the task is accomplished. I doubt that it will trouble you unduly. Greetings, adventurer. Is there aught you wish to know? What do you do here? I am the master of this guild, appointed to my post by Bolord Lewin of the Goddess' Quiver. Amongst my many duties, it is my privilege to oversee the training of those who would master the bow. I also provide such aid to the townsfolk as I am able, lending an ear to their woes and dispatching archers to put down unruly fauna. Here at the Guild, we seek to instill a discerning eye within our members, that they might learn to strike at vulnerabilities swiftly and surely. What is archery? Our art can be likened to the pursuit of truth, though mayhap that likeness is lost upon you. If you take up the bow, you will come to comprehend the meaning of these words. Though it may not boast the destructive force of a sword or spear, its myriad strategic applications more than compensate for the shortcoming. An experienced archer can immobilize an enemy by striking a leg, or snap its strength with a poisoned arrow. Rise to become a virtuoso of archery, and a veritable deluge of death will be yours to rain down upon your foes. By fighting from a distance, we can better assess the battlefield, and thereby determine the most advantageous course of action. This is of paramount import, as our role in battle is to exploit the enemy's weakness, with the requisite placement and timing, but a single arrow may serve to turn the tide. Only those of the Goddess' Quiver are permitted to pass this point. I suggest you step away from the doors. None but authorized personnel may enter. Might as well just do this really quick. It is by the blessing of the elementals that we Gridanians dwell in the Twelveswood. See to it that you do naught which brings our people to grief. Heavy shot delivers an attack with a potency of 160. 20% chance of granting Hawk's Eye. And then straight shot delivers an attack with a potency of 200. Can only be executed when under the effect of Hawk's Eye. I just need some funguis. You stand on the threshold of the city of Gridania. Here, your status as an adventurer counts for naught, a fact you would do well to remember. Be fairly warned, outsider. If you foment trouble within our walls, you will never leave them. This is one of the gates of Gridania, the Blue Badger Gate. A wise novice knows not to wander too far beyond these portals. Welcome back, Bella. It would seem you have successfully completed the trial. You have proven yourself worthy of a place within these halls. It is with pleasure that I name you an Archer of the Guild. As fellows of the path, let us together strive for a greater mastery of our art. Now, though you may be a member of the Archers' Guild, know that your seniors will not cuddle you with personal attention. It is up to you to seek out the experiences you need to grow as an archer. To this end, I present you with this hunting log. Written within are the names of such creatures as would provide a fitting challenge. Should you find yourself lacking direction, you would do well to refer to the log. By way of a first step, I encourage you to practice proper technique. Loose arrow after arrow, paying close attention to form until the movement becomes second nature. When drawing your bowstring has become as natural to you as drawing breath, and the world seems clearer when viewed down the shaft of an arrow, return to me. Go well, my young apprentice. Alright, now off to the markets. These markets are pretty. Market board. Me? Why, I am but a humble servant of Master Mudamix, charged with aiding those who wish to avail themselves of the power of materia, but lack the skills to do so. If you would know more, mayhap it would be best if you sought out Swinebros at the bonfire in Central Thanalan. Love to help you, lass, but we ain't nowhere near ready. Okay, so that's tool supplier. Okay. Independent tailor. So you get war, magic, and disciple of hand and land. Okay. My brother, Hardrefort, and I oversee the Rosewood stalls, while that Uldan merchant, Rishushu, is responsible for the ebony stalls. Of course, Master Parsemonche holds the real power in the markets. Hardrefort thinks Rishushu is a decent enough lass, but I say that Uldan wench can't be trusted. Aye, she's always dealt fairly with me, but it doesn't pay to ignore one's instincts in business. The calamity forced many a local merchant out of business. It was only when the Uldans appeared that the markets began to regain a semblance of their former life. Profits are high, but so is tension between locals and outsiders. While it can't be denied that the Uldans have helped us greatly, their presence gives rise to new problems. Got the jeweler. Let's just see. I will sell. And sell. I don't use potions, so I'll sell those too. Give me some, so I have some money at least. It's a lot. Look at those gold and silver bars back there. Good sir, should you be leaving that right out in the open? By what right does a fledgling adventurer presume to address Parsemonche, master of the markets? You think you can stroll in here, bold as you please, and demand my hard-earned knowledge? Ha! A merchant does not for naught, especially when dealing with would-be heroes. If, on the other hand, you had some tasty morsel to curry my favor, then I might consider your request. Come now, this whole encounter reeks of Mion's handiwork, and more specifically, her baking. Don't look so surprised, lass. I smelled that eel pie of yours a mile away. Hand it over. Handmade eel pie. Mother Mion's realm-famous eel pie, served only in her fine establishment, the Carline Canopy. That flaky crust. Just divine. Very well, I am a man of my word. Pay close attention, for I shall only explain this once. The aspiring adventurer need look no further than the rosewood and ebony stalls. Both are but a short stroll from where we stand. If you mean to do battle, you'd best be prepared with a quality set of weapons and armor. Such goods are the province of the Rosewood stalls, directly south of here. You will be pleased to learn that the merchants of Gridania are exceedingly particular when it comes to craftsmanship, so you needn't fear defective straps and the like. If it is potions and paraphernalia you seek, head north to the ebony stalls. The shelves there are lavishly stocked by widely traveled Uldan merchants, and I may truly say that I have seen things amongst their myriad wares that I scarce knew existed. Do you follow me thus far? The first step in any purchase is to select the stalls that meet your needs. Then you may concern yourself with price and profit. There is little more I can teach you with mere words. Go, pursue the stalls, and see for yourself what wares they offer. There is no substitute for first-hand experience after all, and I am wary of talking, unless you have another eel pie. Alright, I will be coming back to you, good sir. Is there anyone else up here? Just the market boards. Okay. The conquering hero returns. You have completed my little tasks, I trust. The 3 locations you visited will feature prominently in your life as an adventurer. It is best you grow familiar with them as soon as possible. And you took the time to listen to the woes of citizenry. I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to lend your talents to one and all, no matter how trivial the matter may seem. I am thankful that you are an obliging sort, Bella. It is adventurers like you who will win the hearts of the locals and pave the way for those who follow. I pray Gridania can rely on your aid in its struggles to come. To the Bannock. Mion wishes to send an adventurer to the instructor at the Bannock. That takes us outside. So I'll just set it and open it, and then I'll do the side quests that are around here. Bella, have you visited the Bannock on your wanderings? It is a training ground found just outside the city where the soldiers of the Order of the Twin Adder are drilled in swordplay and other martial matters. I mention this because an acquaintance of mine, a gentleman by the name of Galfried, is an instructor there, and I think you may be of use to him. Go and introduce yourself, and find out if there is anything you can do to help. Mind you do not stray far from the path. The 12's Wood is no place for merry strolls through the underbrush. Okay. I've been not having this up, so let's... I always like the mini maps. All right. So let's continue exploring this area. I just love how they have the Aetheryte Plaza atop water. I love all the water features in this game. Oh my god. That is amazing. Let's see. Got some vendors over here. so this is where you can buy the race gear, battle accessories. Let's see, items. Do clear prism, Gissel green. Oh, you can buy Gissel greens here. So if you wanted to have a headpiece, you can buy a minion. Oh. Some orchestrion music. Okay, so this is where you can get these things. Okay, so when I have more money, I will be getting all these. The collector in me wants it. Wait, there was small talk. What's small talk? Have you business with me, adventurer? My Senta of Black Rabbit Traders at your service. I welcome opportunities for profit and mutual benefit, but I'm afraid you appear to offer neither. All the flowers, the florist. Crafting ingredients. Housing stuff. Gardening. Again, that goes towards housing. Okay. A wise woman once said that she who does not pay heed to the skies will most surely get wet. Sound advice if you ask me. Would you like to hear what the skies tell us this fine day? That is so cool that they tell you the weather in every area. So we're here with fair skies for quite a while. Nice. And this is, and again, I love the aesthetic of Gridania here with like the flowers on the roof, the grass and flowers. Ah. Isn't that something they do in Norway or something? So I know at the Norway Pavilion at Epcot, they have that. Or they portray that on one of the buildings. And I love the wood that they use for the buildings as well. It's very warm. Water well over there. Okay, you have a quest for me. What are you doing, good sir? Are you sifting for gold? Some little area over there. You okay? How does he do it? Such clean cuts and alacritous assembly. I cannot hope to mimic such mastery. Ah, fancy. Fancy woodwork. Carpenter. Welcome to the Carpenters Guild. Here we produce all manner of wooden products, from weapons to wardrobes, shields to stools, and much more. There is no such thing as an all-purpose wood. An archer's bow is quite unlike a scholar's bookshelf. Different parts of the same tree can have different uses as well. Mind you, these are but the fundamentals of carpentry. You have questions? Very well, ask. What do you do here? As timber master of the Oak Atrium, I am responsible for all that transpires within these halls. Like all destined to take up the saw, I have been fascinated with the trees of the 12 Woods since I was a child. That brought me here, where I dedicated myself to practice, learning from my betters and through trial and error besides. In time, my efforts were recognized and I was chosen to lead. Some see carpenters as common craftsmen, laborers who work on one wood or another into whatever form the customer demands. But a carpenter must be more discerning than that, to read the lines in the lumber, to know the character of the tree that birthed it. That is what it means to be a carpenter. What is carpentry? I presume you are asking in a philosophical sense. Very well. Carpentry is, at its core, an expression of wood, a love of wood, and of what it may become. To address your question more directly, carpentry is the origin of the bow, the lance, and the shield, tools any self-respecting adventurer should know. All were the creations of master carpenters. A master understands the myriad characteristics of every tree in the 12's Wood. He knows the ideal wood for any given task, and has perfected the techniques needed to utilize the unique strengths of that wood. Of course, such knowledge and skill would count for little without a ready supply of quality lumber, and we have the Gridania Brewery to thank for that. Were it not for the botanist, there would be no Oak Atrium, just a rabble of carpenters pining for want of a straight stick. But thanks to our friends at the brewery, we can freely choose our materials and craft goods needed by the people of Gridania to proudly serve. That is the soul of carpentry. I think that's the thing with crafting in this game. Like, you have to have all the gathering classes. And it's like you have to, if you do one crafting, you have to do all crafting. It seems like everything is connected. Yeah, so you would need to become a miner, you would have to become a botanist. Is she Sailor Moon? She's Sailor Moon. Hi, Sailor Moon. Moon Bunny. Usagi. Gotta appreciate people's creativity for creating characters. Mummy told me to wait here until she gets back. This is where the kids play. It's like a little playground. Going to fall in again. Can I play? Can I jump? Aha! I'm on it. I was told playing with the younglings would make me a better carpenter. I don't think it's working. Gotta have patience. This is the double snakes. And it's a white snake for the new year, right? The white Tsuchinoko, I think is what it's called. Gives you luck and fortune. The twin adder. This is what it's called. Gridania. Lovely, dark, and deep. These woods are ours to guard, secure between the coils of honor and duty. You stand before the Adder's nest, the headquarters of the Order of the Twin Adder, Gridania's own grand company. It is here that our nation draws together its military, economic, and technological resources, that we may bring their combined might to bear against our foes. I am the official charged with the bestowal of sanction upon our members. As you are not one of us, I am afraid you cannot avail yourself of these services. I'm gonna talk to you anyway. Only members of the Order of the Twin Adder are allowed to exchange serpent seals for goods and services. Okay. Serpent Personnel Officer. You are come to the Adder's Nest, command center of the Order of the Twin Adder. Ever do we welcome they who would toil in the Elemental's name for the survival and well-being of our forest nation. While your zeal cannot be denied, you must grow stronger if you are to entwine your destiny with ours. Prove you have the fortitude to weather the fiercest of storms, and then return here. Greetings, Adventure. I am the Twin Adder officer charged with assisting the Order of Independent Companies, or the Free Companies, as they are commonly known. How may I serve you this day? I don't plan to join a free company. Well met. I am an OIC quartermaster affiliated with the Order of the Twin Adder, and it is my duty to provide those free companies who have pledged their allegiance to our grand company with the opportunity to purchase various enchantments and items which will benefit their members. I say, have you ever considered joining a free company? If not, might I suggest you do so? A whole new world will open. Nah, I'm good. Each grand company has its own words, the core tenet which guides its every endeavor. Which will be done is ours, and by them we discharge our duty. Whether you belong to an organization or fancy yourself a lone wolf, we all need principles to live by. Yes, I'm a lone kitty. I am an OIC officer of arms affiliated with the Order of the Twin Adder. It does not appear that you belong to a free company. You cannot very well have a company crest without a company, can you? The marks posted on the hunt board are not for the faint of heart or slow of sword arm. Only those of proven ability to dodge death need apply. Come to join us on the front line, or perhaps you have questions to ask. Greetings, Adventurer, and welcome to the Forest Nation of Gridania. Do you seek greater intimacy with the elementals? If so, it would be my pleasure to assist you. What do you do here? Among the ranks of conjurers, there are those who possess the ability to commune with the elementals. These individuals are known as hearers, and I am one of their number. With my gift of hearing, I guide the citizens of Gridania according to the will of the elementals. Such is the part I play in ensuring that harmony ever reigns in the Twelveswood. What are the elementals? The elementals are the eternal guardians of the Twelveswood. Since time immemorial, they have watched over the forest and all life within, ensuring that the balance of nature is preserved. By an ancient covenant, man was permitted to reside in the Twelveswood. Thus was the nation of Gridania born, some 5 centuries ago. Alas, the elementals were gravely weakened during the calamitous events that ushered in the 7th Umbral Era. Mere mortals though we may be, it now falls to us to protect the forest with body, mind, and spirit. What must I do? Though our trials and tribulations be endless, never must we allow ourselves to become lost to hope. For as the elder seer teaches, ever do the elementals watch over us. So long as we trust to them and each do our part, all shall be well. Preserving the past. Idel is looking for an adventurer to deliver a forgotten item. Ah, an adventurer. Precisely what we needed. Not a moment ago, we dispatched our newest recruit, Artur, to inspect Mikedo's amphitheater. Regrettably, the young hero has more spirit than sense, and he charged off without his tools. Suffice it to say, he won't be getting any work done. Would you be so kind as to deliver them to him? Wonderful. Seek out Lohelik in the Acorn Orchard, behind the atrium. He should have Artur's tools. Welcome to the Oak Atrium, headquarters of the Carpenters Guild. Perhaps you glimpsed the giant water wheel on the path from the Blue Badger Gate. That would be Figaga's gift, a triumph of engineering and the pride of our guild. Idel sent you? Give me a moment. Here they are, still fresh and unused as the day he got 'em. Doubt he's even realized he left the bloody things behind. First day and he forgets his tools. Daft sod needs a kick up the... Aww. Aw, he's cute. Nicolia needs the assistance of a kind adventurer. I know all about adventurers. You'll do anything for a reward, won't you? Well then, I want you to make Anneli laugh. She's no good with strangers, so first you should introduce yourself politely, with a bow. The young ones at the Acorn Orchard have all had it rough. I'm the grown-up around here, so it's my job to look after them. Hi. That seemed to work, but she still looks sad. Try sharing the joy in your heart with her. That'll prove how nice you are. You're odd. I think she's starting to like you. Good. Now that you've broken the ice, I bet that if you surprise her and just start dancing, she'll laugh her head off. You're a really good dancer, miss. That looked like fun. Maybe I should try it sometime. Thank you. You're pretty good at this. Anneli lost her father 5 years ago during all the fighting. She hasn't laughed much since then. So I wanted to... we're all worried, but a lot of the younglings have been following me around lately and... you wouldn't understand. Anyway, thanks for the help. Beyond this gate lies Sorrel Haven, a haven indeed, for some of the most fearsome beasts you're ever like to lay eyes on. Passage will be granted only to those who can see to their own safety. You stand before the White Wolf Gate. The region beyond is rife with danger, and I am not authorized to pass untried adventurers like yourself. This little area was nice. Nafaka's altar is a holy place. It is here that the hearers communicate the will of the elementals to men. The elementals govern all aspects of life in the 12-split, from the creatures we may hunt to the articles we may bring into their domain. As a result, foreign merchants dread visiting this place, conscious that their wares may be unwanted. Nafaka's altar is a place of contemplation. Visitors are asked to refrain from creating this disturbance. None but authorized personnel may enter. I like the altar here. But no meet errands on the auguries. I cannot take another bad harvest. Listen, adventurer, to the rustling leaves, the flowing rivers, to the very pulse of this land. We conjurers of Stillglade fain interpret these whispers of the elementals and convey them to the people of Gridania. This is so nice. Go quietly within these caverns, lest you misunderstand. I speak not of such sounds as one's ears might hear. Here we open our hearts to the whispers of the elementals. Take care that you do not disturb this communion by bringing in tumultuous thoughts. Ooh. You are come to Stillglade Fan, home of the Conjurers Guild. All may learn the art of conjury if our guildmaster accepts their supplication. Otherworldly voices have been waking me in the night, but I haven't the faintest idea why. I have done naught to incur the elementals' eerie. Essential oil. Brea is busy with preparations for the coming ceremony and needs an adventurer to bring her scarlet oil. Might you perchance be comfortable around Fieldkin? If so, I have an urgent need of your assistance. You see, I was preparing for the forthcoming auguries when I found to my great embarrassment that we lacked the requisite quantity of scarlet oil. If it is not too much to ask, I would be most grateful if you could resupply us in time for the ceremony. Scarlet oil can be harvested from ladybugs, such as those found near the bannock. 6 of the Veilkin should yield the necessary amount. Pray return to me as soon as you have it. As an apprentice, I assisted conjurers in all manner of work, from the treatment of visitors to the observance of auguries. There is no greater honor than to serve the people of Gridania. Oh, there's like people meditating up there. It's a place of meditation and contemplation with elementals. Excuse me. Oh, that's so pretty. Greetings, adventurer. You stand within Stillglade Fan, home of the Conjurers Guild. How may I be of service? What do you do here? I am Brother Isumiyan, master of this guild. It is my duty and privilege to provide guidance to those who would walk the path of the Conjurer. Even as I strive to ensure our survival for future generations, I commune with the elementals that I might convey their will to the people of Gridania. Perchance my childlike appearance gives you cause to doubt my words. It is only natural. Why, to you I must seem to be your junior by no small number of years. Know, however, that I have seen more summers than all but a handful of souls in this great nation. What is conjuring? Conjuring is an art that takes life in a living of its domain. Its primary purpose is the solving of hurts and the granting of protection. Adventurers such as yourself oft stand upon the front lines of battle. Owing to this, you are like to find yourself in many situations wherein a capacity for healing would be advantageous. Mind you, there is more to conjuring than that. By harnessing the power of earth, wind, and water, conjurers are also capable of weaving spells that wreak havoc. In terms of sheer destructive power, conjuring may pale in comparison to thaumaturgy, but its capacity to defend one against aggression more than compensates for this relative shortcoming. In mastering healing and purification, not only will you be able to mend wounds and purge afflictions, you will also be able to breathe life back into the fallen. More than simply healers, yet not true dealers of destruction, conjurers realize their full potential when they employ their powers in support of others. This, my dear adventurer, is what it means to be one of us. You are come to participate in the meditations, I presume? Sure. Sit. I think I need a... Okay, well that's my meditation pose, I suppose. I can't sit like them. These gates lead outside the city. Take the road north if you seek Gristmill, and keep west if you're headed to Falgor Float. Those conjurers are something, aren't they? Healing the sick and communing with those elementals and such. Truly amazing. Don't suppose you could tell me what an elemental is now, could you? Nature spirit. Incense and sensibility. The conjurer Melaine seeks an assistant for her frantically busy student. You there. You are an adventurer, yes? Good. I have a task for you. Take yourself over to the Conjurers Guild and speak with my student, Brea. She has her hands full preparing for the auguries and would likely welcome your assistance. In her excitement at becoming a conjurer, I fear my young disciple is pushing herself beyond the limits of her endurance. Enthusiasm is all well and good, but it would not do to have an initiate collapse from exhaustion. The conjurers are by no means all-powerful. It is only with the aid of others that we may begin to achieve our true potential. So go back to the Conjurers Guild really quick since I'm right here. Ahead you shall find Stillgate Fan, where the conjurers conduct their meditations. If you have business for them, you may proceed. Can't remember if I talked to him or not. Yes, I am Brea, but I am also awfully Oh, you say Lady Melaine herself asked you to assist me? In that case, I suppose you might lend a hand, especially as mine appear to be shaking, though only very slightly. Not that it's anything to worry about, mere nervous energy. I would be exceedingly grateful if you would take this Rose oil and refill the senses. There are two that require attention. Please have a care not to disturb the conjurers amid their meditations. You must be as quiet and unobtrusive as possible. So use a sensor. What do we have here? Ezima rose oil. Fragrant oil pressed from freshly harvested Ezima rose hips. My thanks. I must admit to being rather impressed by how faithfully you followed my instructions. I had always considered adventurers to be an uncouth and rowdy lot, but I see you are capable of courtesy as well. Lady Melaine has a fine eye for character. You should feel honored that she chose you for the task. Hello, beautiful. Why, this is impressive. All this must be the work of Fufucha and the Botanist Guild. I wonder if it's worth the bother to present myself there during my stay. Covered in roses, a botanist named Samiane is hoping that an adventurer will pick up scattered rose hips for her. Stop right there, not another step. I apologize if I have startled you, but please be careful. The ground here is covered in rose hips. You see, my seed pouch had grown so threadbare that it finally split open. Unbeknown to myself, I've been scattering Azuma rose hips all along this road. Oh, good madam, if you would help me gather them, I'd be ever so grateful. Thank you. Your kindness is truly a blessing from the elementals. The rose hips should be lying on the road between here and the Great Loam Growery. Remember to tread lightly, lest you crush them underfoot. We learn much by tending the gardens, not only about plants, but ourselves as well. As we help the plants to grow, so too do they help us. These plants are attended by the Botanist Guild. A splendid sight, is it not? What do you do here? My name is Fufucha, and I have the pleasure of overseeing the good works of the Botanist Guild. It is my duty to nurture the budding botanists of our guild, that they might in turn nurture the life that flourishes here in the Twellswood. The land whence I hail is a barren place, you see, and ever has it been my dream to live and work amidst such verdant abundance. Like plants, dreams require nurturing. Tend yours well, and they will one day bear fruit. What is botany? Man owes both his life and livelihood to nature. Without her bounty, man would have neither food to fill his belly, clothes to keep him warm, nor arms to protect him from harm. There exist a number of disciplines through which man avails himself of nature's bounty. Botany is one of them. In botany, one acquires the knowledge needed to receive the gift of plant life. At the same time, one learns to understand nature and accord her the respect she is due. Here at the Botanist Guild, those who walk our path gather to hone their skills while striving for greater intimacy with the forest. The nerve of some outsiders waltzing into Gridania as if they were the elemental's gift to the Twellswood. I'll wager most of them don't even know what a hoe is. That has a double meaning. Miss. Mind the flower pots. You break it, you bought it. But this is so cute. I'm just looking. God, those are big pumpkins. Those make great jack-o'-lanterns. Small talk. Hello there, and welcome to the Botanist Guild. We manage all the plots of the Great Loam Growery. Got a cute little place here. No, you can't go in there. It's Gissel Greens. No thief's gonna get his grubby bloody hands on our grain while I'm on watch. Nay, not so much as a single mingy squirrel. This is a pumpkin patch. bunch of flowers. Sorry, I'm stepping in everything. What is today a tiny sprout may one day grow into mighty oak and spread its seeds throughout the land. It is no different with men. We are all equals in the circle of life, seeking only to survive. Once bitten, twice shy. A botanist named Ethered needs an adventurer to make a delivery on his behalf. God damn it, another adventurer? We were like flies on muck. Whatever Gridania did to deserve such a plague, I don't know. I suppose times are changing, and they keep telling me I should, and perhaps you might be. Oh, gods help me. Just take this Ezima Rose to Valdu and of Stillglade fame, will you? Well, what are you still standing there for? Go and deliver the bloody rose. Back off, will you? It's hot enough without you breathing down my neck. Good madam, pray tell me you have recovered all the rose hips and abandoned not one to a traveler's boot. The bitter fruit of an Ezima rose. Blessings be upon you. I feared this path would be lined with roses next year. Not that such a wondrous sight would be wholly objectionable, but Ezima roses are ill-suited to this location. As a botanist, it's my responsibility to see Gridania's plants grow and thrive in the most ideal conditions, a place for every seed and every seed in its place, you might say. 'Twas most gracious of you to aid me in my time of need. I pray the elementals extend you to the same kindness. Little John? For real? Robin Hood men in tights. Okay, just have food. Here, were I to substitute the aether value in accordance with the professor's law of conversion, that would produce a theoretical limit of 10 score, 5, and 50, or should there be no limit? Oh, I didn't notice you there, so utterly engrossed was I in my calculations. Lest you wonder, I am a student of the esteemed Professor Lambertine, the leading authority in the field of... you weren't wondering at all, were you? Welcome, adventurer, to the Conjurers' Guild. Here we commune with the elementals and heed their guidance. Yet, I must confess, the elementals did not whisper of your coming. Single red Ezima rose entrusted to you by Ethelred. You did indeed request an Ezima rose from Ethelred, but that you should bring it to us in his stead means that something wonderful has happened. Ethelred has long held a grudge against the many adventurers who have passed through Gridania's gates. His beloved flowers are renowned for their beauty, you see, and were once so highly coveted by Eldan collectors that they were picked nigh to extinction by fortune-seeking foreigners. Yet, if it is peace we desire, we must all learn to look beyond mistrust born of the past and overcome our prejudice. So has the elder Caesar taught us, and so do we live. I doubt it was easy for Ethelred to entrust this Ezima rose to you. When he hears we have received it, he will come to know that not all outsiders are deserving of scorn. Truly, it was by the will of the elementals that you came to us this day. Please accept this as a token of our gratitude. Greetings, Talwan. I'm a delivery Moogle Kabo. Oh, I know what you're thinking. Moogles are supposed to hide in trees and avoid contact with outsiders. Why ever would they agree to carry about letters? Why, indeed, if I had my way, I'd be curled up under the canopy of a nice oak dreaming about some beautiful Mooglet with a rainbow-colored pom-pom Kabo. But no, the moon had to go and drop from the sky, causing all of that terrible commotion. Aetherites were shattered, and link pearls rendered useless. By moons, the poor, wingless people of Eorzea had no way of communicating with each other, beyond screaming at the top of their lungs, which no one really approved of, Kabo. That is until the little horned ones asked us to assist them by delivering messages. At first we were wary of showing outsiders ourselves, worried that one of you might catch and skin us, like you do every other forest furry. But once we saw how much we were appreciated, we knew we'd found our new calling, and I personally promised to try and not read any along the way, Kabo. Look what we have here! 4 new letters have arrived just for you, Kabo. I represent the interests of the nations in educating adventurers on the technologies available for strengthening the bonds between them. To that end, I would like to introduce to you the Link Shell. A Link Shell enables you to communicate with others over any distance, as if they were before your very eyes. You may have as many as 8 Link Shells open at any given time, allowing you to communicate simultaneously with any number of people. The only time your physical presence is required is, well, never. Would you care to give it a try? I can create a personal Link Shell for you now if you like. I am Millicent. Hear me roar. Dweemasend has need of an adventurer to deliver a message. You there, adventurer. Could you deliver a message for me? My superior, Millicent, is stationed outside Atelier Fenil. She is doubtless busy, but I'm past due to be relieved. Long past due, truth be told. However, I can't simply abandon my post. Speak to her for me, would you? But choose your words wisely. She has a bit of a temper. It is a sad fact that many who disrespect the ways of Gridania have not the slightest inkling that they have done so. Simpkin. He's the biggest simp. Traveling troubadour and master minstrel, at your service. I shall be stopping here in Gridania for a time and keeping my senses open to new inspiration. Got the decorations for the New Year's. Well, do I remember the day the Order of the Twin Adder was reformed, the day I first laid eyes upon the Elder Seedseer. graceful yet strong, with a voice like song. When I close my eyes, I can still see her standing there, clear as day. I heard that the Order of the Twin Adder was officially reformed right here in Mikado's amphitheater. That was before the amphitheater was moved, of course. Sylvic Gratitude. Estée, the caretaker of Mikado's amphitheater, needs an adventurer to help her tidy up. Greetings, traveler. Come to see Mikado's framed amphitheater, have you? I am Estée, a caretaker of this fine centerpiece of Gridanian culture, and I fear I must needs trouble you for your assistance. You see, it is not only well-meaning women like yourself who are drawn to this place. The sylphs often visit in the dead of night, long after our citizens have gone to bed. We have no particular objection to their presence, and they seem grateful for the accommodation, so much so, in fact, that last night they left us a token of their appreciation in the form of vegetables, a lot of vegetables. Their generosity is more than welcome, of course, but the sheer quantity of the things makes gathering them all something of a chore, and it's not as if I don't have enough to do already. In short, I'd be most grateful for any help you could give me. Mikado's amphitheater is open to citizens and outsiders alike. We ask only that you use the facility with care, out of respect for the kind-hearted souls who took such pains to rebuild it. What? I'm terribly busy right now and would thank you not to bother me. I'm a carpenter of the prestigious Oak Atrium, and I have repairs too. A crew's toolbox, a sturdy box filled with a set of pristine carpentry tools. Where did I put my... Oh, gods. I take it you were from the guild too, then? What's that? Idol sent you? With my tools? Yes. I was actually just about to go and... This is so embarrassing. My apologies. It's just, I've been so focused on the task at hand. You know, it's a miracle this amphitheater even survived the calamity. It was the Carpenters' Guild that saved it, moving it piece by piece and rebuilding it. When I saw what they had done for Gridania, I knew what I wanted to be. But gods, when they told me my first task was to come here? Anyway, thank you for bringing me my tools. You are new to the Oak Atrium too, right? Well, let's both work hard for the good of the guild, eh? Oh, and may the elementals watch over you and keep you safe. Till 5 years ago, this amphitheater stood in the northern part of the city. Then the calamity struck and all but leveled the poor place. Thankfully, the Carpenters' Guild collected up the pieces, carried them over here, and rebuilt it just as it was before. I cannot go a single day without looking it over, so afraid am I that some chip or stain has marred its perfection. Good morrow to you, my lady. I am the Heavy Doshin, a member of a far eastern delegation come to share our traditions of Heavenstern with the good people of Eorzea. If there is aught you would know of this year's celebration, you need only ask. What do you do here? At the turning of the year, a small delegation of our people will journey to Eorzea to celebrate the coming of Heavenstern, and in so doing strengthen the bonds of friendship between Eorzea and the Far East. This year, our leader, the Heavy Bugyo, has planned a uniquely entertaining quiz for the people of Limsa Lominsa, one that delves into all manner of Heavenstern trivia. Pray test your knowledge and mark this most auspicious of occasions. What is Heavenstern? You are unfamiliar with this festival? The tradition has a rich history which dates back centuries, but I do not wish to bore you, so I shall try and keep my summation brief. Heavenstern is a celebration that marks the start of a new year, though the way in which it is observed differs from region to region. Here in Eorzea, it is said that the 12 select one among them to keep vigil over the realm until the next passing of the 12 moons. I believe this year it is Lim Lane, Watcher of the Seas and Goddess of Navigation, who has been charged with this duty. In the far east, however, the changing of the year is heralded by one of 12 totem animals, as you have no doubt discerned from my home. This year we pay homage to the revered Hebi. I speak of the creature you would know better as a snake. It's so cute. Well done, friend. Mikoto herself would sing you praise. She knew well the power of art, how it could strengthen the soul of a nation and preserve its history for future generations. This amphitheater was her greatest gift to Gridania, and it was her wish that all folk use it freely, not only for performances and festivals, but as a place to share memories and make new ones. I wonder if the sylphs come here to do just that. That said, I do wish they would find other ways to express their gratitude. We have no need of vegetables here, but mayhap the Carlin Canopy can make use of them. Anyway, thanks to the elementals for bringing you here today. Lost your way, have you? This path here will take you to Mikoto's Amphitheater and the Leatherworkers' Guild. Mikoto's Amphitheater, so named for the legendary minstrel, once stood just beyond this rubble. That all changed 5 years ago when the calamity laid it to waste. The amphitheater was since then rebuilt at the center of our city, thanks to the tireless efforts of the carpenters of the Oak Atrium. So that's where the old one was. Oh, look at the fireflies! I don't think I've ever noticed that before. Hello there, young one. How very kind of you to offer a daughter and old man like me a bit of company. Tell me, do you like tales? I do like a good tale, especially true ones told by them as lived it. If you have any of your own to share, I'd be all ears. When I was a young man, I had the honor of working as a court scribe. Aye, in the good old days when my eyes were keen and the royal family still held true power in Alda. Not a day seemed to go by that the royal palace didn't burst into a rainbow of colors with lavish functions and opulent feasts. Nowadays, though, it's true tales of adventure and daring-do that delight me most. If you've done any deeds you're proud of, I'd like it very much if you shared them with me. Might be as I'll even give you a little something in return. Some 5 years ago, a great scholar stood vigil before these waters. It said he came here to rally all of Eorzea in the fight against the Garlean Empire. I do wonder what became of the man. I should like the chance to meet him in person. What's this? You're able to see me? That's amazing, Capo. That we should thus meet can surely be no coincidence, and so, to mark this fateful occasion, I shall make you a gift of a magical potion. Fantasia, it's called, and legend holds that it allows you to alter your appearance. May it serve you well, Capo. Have you already used the Fantasia? The flavor is meant to be a little challenging, but it's a small price to pay to become a brand new you. Bottoms up, Capo. My name is Mitra. I am affiliated with the Sons of St. Koinok. a research organization comprised of Charlian scholars and Eorzean sages. I suppose you might say our focus is on ancient history. My colleagues and I seek to piece together the lost knowledge and technology of the long-buried Allegan Empire. Due to a number of fascinating finds, it is the ruins of Mordona that presently command the bulk of our attention. I am here, however, to conduct some preliminary research. The tales my sister wove of the wild realm of Eorzea were what first encouraged me to visit. But beyond that initial curiosity, there is much in this land to interest an avid scholar. Is she Yshtola's sister? I wonder. You know why this place is called Apkalu Falls? Someone once tried to breed Apkalus here, or so the story goes. Looks like it didn't go too well, though, unless they are really good at hiding. The name's Ironheart. Millith Ironheart. I don't mean to brag, but I come from a line of renowned explorers. My ancestors strode into unknown that they might commit to parchment the lay of the land and curve of the shores for all mankind. Like all adventurers, you doubtless carry a map of Eorzea, yes? Well, that, my friend, is the work of an Ironheart. My grandpapa Rodard, to be precise. His descendants have since followed in his pioneering footsteps, my brother Nedrick and myself included. My wife and child, the men and women with whom I shared a stage, they're gone, every last one of them. There's nothing left in my life worth a damn. Ah, poor guy. The manor I once served in was no less magnificent than those found in the gentry's sward yonder, and magnificent it should be, for it was formerly home to generations of seedseers. However, the elder seedseer before the last declared that he need not such extravagance, and the abode came into the ownership of the Dartinkers family. The district beyond is home to distinguished Gridanians. Commoners may not enter. That includes you, adventurer. Go back whence you came, or I will be forced to remind you of your place. You, could you possibly be... No, forget I said anything. My mistake. Was she someone you knew from the original game? It just looks like you sell weapons. You are come to the Wailing Barracks, home of the Wood Whalers, the keepers of the peace within Gridania. Visitors are welcome to observe the Lancers in training. More than a few have been inspired to join after doing so. Quarrels with Squirrels. Boysalant of the Lancers' Guild wants a fledgling adventurer to deal with a squirrel problem. Ah, fresh-faced adventurer, the very manner of person I had wished to meet. The Lancers' Guild is looking for someone to track down and exterminate half a dozen squirrels. The infernal pests have been squeezing in under our floorboards every eve for the past several moons and gnawing away at the support pillars. They have yet to inflict any serious structural damage, thank the builder, but I hesitate to bring such a trifling matter before the Wood Whalers or the Goddess Quiver, hence my delight at your timely arrival. Why, an adventurer who could not dispatch such woodland nuisances is not worthy of the name, not here in Gridania at any rate. And you know what becomes of incapable adventurers. Ah, but perhaps it is best you do not. The scrolls of which I spoke can be found in the central shroud. Return to me once you have disposed of them, assuming the task is not beyond you for your sake. I sincerely hope it is not. When we must risk incurring the wrath of the elementals, we Wood Whalers and the archers of the Goddess Quiver wear these masks. However, more than a few of us are beginning to think them naught but superstitious trinkets. I, for one, would be sorely troubled were it revealed that the guardians of the Twelvewood could be so easily deceived. Greetings and welcome to the Lancers' Guild. Here you may train in the polearm and learn to conquer your fears. It is my duty to provide guidance to those who would enroll. If there is aught you wish to know, I should be glad to assist you. Well met, adventurer. Is there something you require? What do you do here? I am Huane, the master of the Lancers' Guild. My charge is to oversee the training of those who seek to master the polearm. I served as a wood whaler until circumstances forced me to hang up my spear. It was then that I took up my post here, upon the recommendation of my former captain. That was shortly after the calamity. I must confess that I was none too pleased to leave the front lines at first, but with time I came to appreciate my new role, and now I would not exchange it for any other. To see young Lancers fulfilling their potential is a fine thing indeed, and to know that you have helped them is finer still. Among the martial disciplines, ours is the most offensively minded. We wager all on a single thrust, that we might pierce the enemy line and open a path to victory. A Lancer flinches not before his enemies, nor does he know the meaning of fear. Yet there is a fine line between courage and folly. If you wish to become a Lancer, you must learn to discern one from the other. What is the Lancer's art? There exist myriad fighting styles, each of which has its own unique qualities. None, however, can claim to be as offensively minded as ours. Our approach is ever one of attack, no matter who or what we face. An experienced Lancer is able to wield a polearm as if it were an extension of his body. He transforms into a raging storm before his foes, delivering a barrage of devastating thrusts and slashes. In order to facilitate such a relentless offense, we Lancers favor armor of leather and chainmail, such things as provide adequate protection without sacrificing mobility. The measure of a Lancer's worth is truly quite simple: how swiftly and decisively he can pierce the enemy's defenses. Very straightforward, I am sure you will agree. For this reason, our art provides the truest reflection of an individual's abilities, be it for good or ill. The Wood Whalers were wise to allow the Lancers' Guild to use of their facilities. Training together can only lead to mutual improvement and better qualified recruits for the Order of the Twin Adder. The new recruits are quite promising. If they continue to hone their skills, who knows how strong they will become. The whaling barracks lies beyond. If you have no business here, I would thank you to return whence you came. Down this path and across the lake lies the East Shroud. You'll need to take the ferry if you have business in the Honey Yard or Nine Ives. is such a cute little fairy dog. Cute. I got the culinarian. I want all the food, please. That's for repairs. It's for dyes. Okay. I came all the way from Old Dad to sell my wares, but the locals are proving an unreceptive lot. Why? It's as if they're averse to novelty, to change and progress. I'm going to need a new approach if I'm to make any coin here, or perhaps an old one. This is for crafting. And potions. Well, I will sell you a potion. And I'll sell this too. Okay. That goddamn merchant from Molda. I wish she'd bugger off back to where she came from. I swear, every time she opens her mouth, it's about coin, coin, and more bloody coin. Well, that's a business person for you. Greetings. I take it you have come to see me about a retainer. Retainers are hard-working lads and lasses who will help you to manage those spoils earned while off-slaying dragons or whatever it is you adventurers do. Unfortunately, you do not appear you could even slay an eft, let alone a dragon. Therefore, I must decline any petition you may have to make a retainer into your employ. Build yourself a reputation in the city, however, and I shall provide you with whatever it is you need. Might I suggest you start by heading back to the Adventurers Guild and seeing if someone there has work for you? Parsimonchmonix. The master of the markets, Parsimonche, is willing to permit an adventurer to assist him in fulfilling an order from the Lancers Guild. I take it my previous explanation did not suffice to sate your curiosity. Very well. If you wish to know more of the markets, I shall give you a practical education, free of charge. As master of the markets, I entertain many requests. This order from the whalers, for example. But I delegate their fulfillment to my hirelings, that I might tend to such tasks as I alone am capable of performing. For your personal betterment, I shall delegate the fulfillment of this particular request to you. I bid you search the stalls for a bone spearhead, a pot of beeswax oil, and a length of brambleweed rope, and deliver them to the Singulid of the Lancers Guild. There is much and more to be found in these stalls, if you have the dedication to seek it and the coin to procure it. However, as my representative, you need only offer my name as payment. None will deny me. In fact, many will be all too eager to part with their wares, so numerous are the debts I am owed. A fine proposition, is it not? I am spared a simple task, and you gain priceless mercantile experience. Why, I should rightly charge you for such an opportunity. But worry not, I am a man of my word, and the terms will stand. Deliver the goods to Singleade, and she may even see fit to reward you. Sorry, lass, we ain't open yet. Oh, one of Parson Montre's. Well, and what was it you said you wanted? A bone spearhead? Ah, here she is. Take it and tell that bastard we're square. Welcome, welcome. At the behest of good Master Parson Montre, you say? To what do we owe the pleasure of your company today, milady? May I take this opportunity to say that it is an honor and a privilege to serve you. Ah, but you must have your beeswax oil without delay. Yes, yes, feel free to take as much as you require. And you will of course inform Master Parson Montre that I was only too happy to accommodate his needs, yes? Gridania's markets are divided into two main rows of stalls, named Ebony and Rosewood. Medicine and sundry goods can be had at the former, while arms and armor are found at the later. My sincerest apologies, but I can only accept wares from those who are in good standing with the house. As much as I would like to assist you, I'm permitted to do business only with referred individuals. Aye, 'tis the perfect plan. If I can just get the trim right, these genuine fenial fashions will net me an admiral's ransom back in Hey, what's that look for? I'm simply considering a purchase for my mum. Yes, only the finest leathers for my dearest mum. Welcome to Fenial Fineries. It would be my pleasure to serve you, milady. If you had an order placed, that is. We only deal in bespoke items, you see. What's all this about? Dweeman says he needs his break. The nerve of that sniveling little shit, crying for relief at a time like this. Has he already forgotten how short-handed we are since that business with the Ixil the other day? And sent a bloody unknown adventurer to do his bleeding, no less. That self-serving sod thinks only of his own woes, rubbing his sore soles while welcoming all manner of guild-grabbing adventurers into our holy wood. Useless, bloody fool. Makes me blood boil, it does. But it's not you I should be giving a piece of my mind to. You seem a decent enough sort, considering. Still, understand that it's our duty to keep an eye on every stranger that passes through these parts. Anyway, I appreciate you lending an ear to my subordinate. Damn fool that he is. Go on then and stay out of trouble. This here's the Leather Workers' Guild, renowned throughout Eorzea for producing the best leather goods that guild can buy. If you're willing to wait 2 years, that is, they've more orders than they can fill, see, which is why it's become necessary to maintain a whaler presence here. Suffice to say, some customers ain't used to disappointment. Like that prickly fellow over yonder. Wonder when he'll give up and go home. Damn those stubborn leather workers. I spent a fortune on this marmot pelt, but they refused to use it in my order. God's sakes, the blasted creature is already dead. Surely it'd be the greater crime not to make it into a pair of boots. just crafting materials. Welcome to the Leatherworkers Guild, where the most magnificent leather goods in all the realm take shape. It is seldom acknowledged, but leatherworkers should shoulder a heavy responsibility. Our raw materials come at the price of an animal's life, after all. Some of our crafters even give up the trade, unable to bear the guilt. Of course, rather more of our crafters give up the trade because they are unable to bear our master's scorn. Do you have something to say, or are you just here to gob? Well, speak up. What do you do here? I'm in charge around here. I'm the chief, or the guildmaster, or whatever you prefer to call it. The Leatherworkers Guild was moderately famous before I took over, but it was under my direction that it became Eorzea's premier source of leather goods. Mayhap you imagine that I toiled tirelessly to achieve this, that I endured innumerable trials and tribulations, and that the story of my personal journey would move an amphitheater audience to tears. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but it was actually quite easy. The secret to our success is simple. We craft superior goods that exceed expectations, and we do so by paying due respect to both our materials and our customers. As to how we go about this, I would say it is by focusing on the fundamentals. It's common sense, really. If you strive for perfection and always give of your best, fame and fortune will naturally follow. What is leatherworking? Leatherworking is about respect. A leatherworker must remember the lives sacrificed for his materials and honor them by crafting quality goods that will stand the test of time. As an adventurer, mayhap you have worn leather jackets, boots, belts, or other such equipment. If so, these items were, I hope, crafted with care and respect by a dedicated leatherworker. It is a regrettable truth, but leatherworking by its nature requires the taking of life. It can be difficult for some to come to terms with this, but until they cannot claim to have given their materials the respect they are due. Of course, respect must also be given to our customers, for they are the ones who will ultimately judge if our work is wanting. It is the duty of every leatherworker to embrace his personal responsibility to the creature sacrificed and the customer served. He who fails in this is a butcher and a charlatan. As the 12-foot changes, so too must we change. To evolve and grow is the nature of life. We endure the calamity, not by fearing the forest, but by following its example and adapting to survive. Please be informed that Atelier Fenil is not accepting orders for bristletail boots at present. The hunting of bristletail mammoths has been prohibited due to incessant poaching. As a result, we have been forced to cease production until further notice. The guild's reputation for peerless craftsmanship is acknowledged even in Ul'dah. Hence do the products of Fenil fineries command such high prices, and no right-thinking person with so much as an ounce of taste would deny that they are worth every gil. Why, I often visit Gridania just to look upon the exquisite quality of their work. Alright, I think I've talked to everyone in Gridania. Now we can finish these side quests. You got discerned eyes, miss. The craftsmanship's truly something, ain't it? Perfect for securing any manner of possemonte. Gosh, if I never hear that bloody name again, it'll be too soon. And there I was thinking I might make a guild today. Here, take the damn brambleweed rope and bugger off. What business have you with me, adventurer? You come upon the bidding of Master Pasamontre? Bone of some large mammal whittled down to a sharp point. 1 part softened beeswax mixed with 2 parts olive oil used to treat leather. A thick sturdy rope twisted from common brambleweed. So soon? I am impressed. I placed my order only a short time ago, yet here are all the items I requested. Truly, Master Parsimontre is every bit as resourceful as I say. You are fortunate to work under such a man. You would do well to mold yourself to in his image, if you have any aspirations as a merchant. Alright. I think everything else is outside of Gridania, but I think there was a side quest by the Archers Guild, and we can open our next side quest as well, or our next quest. Population control. Chance the loop of the Goddess Quiver is testing adventurers by sending them to slay forest funguars. Ordinarily, the forest funguars that inhabit the Central Shroud are not more than a nuisance. However, we have received reports that vast clouds of the creatures of spores have rendered parts of the 12th impassable, and ruined crops besides. We periodically cull the funguar population in order to prevent such occurrences, but the creatures have taken to spawning out of season, making it even more difficult to keep their numbers in check. Though this is indeed a troubling development, the Goddess Quiver has more pressing concerns, and can ill afford to waste time fighting funguars. If you wish to prove yourself, go to the Central Shroud and exterminate 6 of the pests. Use caution and approach them one at a time, lest your adventuring career be cut disappointingly short. That will be for next time. Alright, there you have it. We got so much done. I'm so excited to start this new adventure with Bella Stardust. And we started our journey in Gridania as an archer. We explored the whole city. We got through most of the side quests that we could do within the city. And then next time we will venture outside to do some hunting and continue on with the main story. Alright, bye-bye.